Yo, it's Guido coming at you with well, stumbling at you with a coffee talk from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic with the very last discounted Guido mug. You don't get it today, you pay the full price of $100. So get it discounted, get it today. Go and buy one.
Does that mean when they buy it, they're buying that particular one?
Yes, this one I've drank out of. Because it's famous.
You know, there's creepy things like that, right? Stuff that people have used.
There isn't, is there?
Yeah. So what you're trying to create this coffee mugs Pilgrim has used sub culture thing going on.
There's going to be people out there that would buy it, I'm sure.
Oh.
Oh dear, that's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, at least we went right into a weird tangent. So I'm in show business. You don't do this, but I don't do anything correctly anyway. But I've been under the weather for about 5, 6, 8, 27,000 years at this point. So I'm maybe 70%, guys. So I'm going to try to keep up with Pilgrim today. He just told me earlier that I needed to get some crack menthol.
Yeah, that's my house general calls it. She gets her words mixed up sometimes. She said, "Tell Guido to go get some of that crack menthol or mental crack, whatever it is. That'll sort him." And then, yeah, that'll sort him.
I guess what she's talking about, there's menthol crystals, and you can dissolve them, and then they do the menthol thing, and you can breathe that in and help clear your sinuses. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, dog, good morning. Geo.
Kedge will buy the mug. See, look, Kedge will take it for $100.
There you go. Leave the tea stains. Kedge, Gator, O'Brute Bass, Talon. Who else is here? Artillery Bugs, Bitwise. I think I said Geo. I'll say it again. Welcome, everybody, to a coffee talk. It is the 30th of January. Is this the last day of January? Do we have one more? Nope. Yep. Nope, we got one more. One more day.
I think there's another one yet, isn't there?
Yeah, Monday's the 31st.
Oh, yeah.
So nearly the last day of January. The last Sunday of January.
Yeah. That's 11 months to Christmas and the loot boxes.
So we were supposed to not have a coffee talk today, but because I got ill, it exploded my Global Game Jam event weekend. I had a big weekend, Pilgrim.
I know. It's the only time I feel sorry for you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because all that preparation, planning, and excitement has gone down the tubes.
I've been working this for about 3 months. Unbelievable. But anyway, no sense crying over spilt milk. What can you do? We did actually do it remotely, and I have. In fact, I'll probably bring it up here in a little while and show you what we've done so far. And hopefully none of you guys are planning on coming. They actually canceled the event at the college because it was a relatively small group, probably a dozen, 15 or so. But the big draw was going to be me and Mike going there because all the students wanted to meet us and talk about it and do that.
Yeah.
And the guy who was kind of setting it up, he'd never really done it before. We were the only people who had any kind of institutional knowledge on the whole thing, and it just exploded. So that sucked.
It's a shame, isn't it? I mean, it's like a lot of planning goes into something like that, a lot of time, and then of course you get the old buzz just before you're about to set off, and of course something as stupid as a virus will knock you sideways and just ruin your whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but we did.
In the house. Geo wants my DNA.
That's odd. Clone your own very small pilgrim, mini pilgrim.
Yes, it'll be a hobbit-sized pilgrim, which I am anyway.
I was going to say that's even smaller.
Yes, that's smaller than me, the hobbit.
But I'll try to bring that up later, and we'll take a look at what we did. The prompt was duality. Duality. Right. So we came up with a silly little idea, and I'll show you what we were doing. Harder to do remotely, but we did get a little bit done, and Mike did some coding on it. So there you have it. All right, cool. Coffee talk. Where are we? Channel news. What's going on with the channel? Well, other than what we just talked about, Yo tanks. So I am to the M3Y. I'm on the Tier 8 now. So I finished the Pollack and the M2Y. Expect reviews on those two. There's a review on the 114 out if you're interested in that. Wayne. Wayne chucks out the
Oh yeah.
the pilgrim emoji. I still need to get those and cut out the background and just have our faces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
that's still on my list of things to do to learn how to do a little bit of Photoshop. I still have to buy Photoshop and some other crap. So anyway, where the heck were we? Oh, Pollock and M2Y reviews. The 114 review is out. Next stream probably tomorrow, guys. I don't think I'm going to be going to work for a while. Once we sort all that out.
Is that because they're telling you not to go, or because you're just still not 100%?
Still not 100%.
Right. Okay.
A little bit of both. I'm still trying to figure out what the current rules are. So
yeah,
I will find that out on Monday when I ask the question.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll see if I'm feeling much better today, actually. So if this trend continues, then I should be ready to roll pretty soon.
Go on.
And that's that.
Can I just, as a tangent, can I ask a question? I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But I know you've got military medical care and all that lot, so you can link into that as a veteran, I believe. Yeah. If you don't have that, if you take time off sick, do you just get nothing in America? Do you get nothing at all? No benefit payments or anything like that?
It depends.
Sick pay.
I work for I'm a government worker, so I have sick leave.
Right, exactly.
So I have paid sick leave, and I have
yeah.
knock wood, since I've been relatively healthy since I got out of the Air Force and joined the civil service.
Yeah.
I have a stack of it, so I'm good to go as far as that goes.
Right, but generally, you've got to have health insurance, and there is no fallback.
Some companies will give you sick leave, give you X amount of paid days or hours, or however they want to do it. Some insurance would help. Self-employed, you're self-employed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some employers give you bucks.
Self-employed's the same over here. I mean, you don't get paid if you go sick.
I mean, some will give you time off, but they're not going to pay you.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know, they'd rather not have you there sick, getting everybody else sick, but they may not pay you depending on.
They won't pay you. It's just that the impression you get over here is if you go sick in the States, that's it. You don't get any money. So there are companies that will do that, and there are, but not everybody will do.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the higher echelon you are in companies, generally those packages come with better sick leave options and things. I mean, but a lot of even not smaller companies, lower level jobs in big companies will have some amount of sick leave for people.
Right. I just don't understand how you would make ends meet. How do you pay your bills? If you were off for something stupid for 3 weeks, how on earth do you pay your bills and things? It must be a nightmare.
Well, you're talking major medical.
We get statutory sick pay, which is not a great deal of money, but it's something,
Yeah, major medical things, that's a different question.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Sorry, I just needed to clear that up.
No, it's a good question. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like most things. A lot of stuff we think is going on over there, we only have half to, one tenth the story.
Yeah.
The idea that in the U.S. you get nothing is BS.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But it is not a government mandated system kind of thing.
Right, like we have. You get statutory sick pay, and the employer has to pay you that. Although they claim it back off the government, they still have to pay you that.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Which means in the end,
to the US.
Which means in the end, you pay it.
Exactly, comes out your taxes. So
exactly.
What the heck?
They're gonna get you either way, man. One way or the other. All right, cool.
Okay.
So that's that's all good, man. 10 personal paid days off, not including the. Yeah, some companies do it that way. You got 10 or whatever, and they don't care what you do with it. If you're sick or whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking to some. Oh, that's right. That reminds me of something. I have a friend. She's a teacher. She has 10 personal days and 10 sick days a year. At the private.
Nothing though, is it?
At the private school.
Wow.
Well, they're also only working 9 of 12 months.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the fact that teachers over here, they complain how hard they're working, but I remind them they get 6 weeks off at summer and 4 weeks off in winter.
Yeah.
I'm like, how hard is that?
Yeah. But she was, I can't remember how exactly it went down, but essentially what happens at the school is they just take, they don't worry about whether it's a sick or a personal day. Nobody ever tracked it that way. It was 10 days. They didn't bother with whether they was sick or you took. And so some people ended up taking 8 days of personal and 2 days of sick, or other people had 8 days of sick and 2 days of personal. Nobody gave a damn, you know.
Yeah.
But now there's some new people involved, and they're starting to track it. And she had put her stuff in, and the lady's like, "Well, you can't go on this thing you're planning on doing because you've already used your 5 personal days."
Oh, right. Okay,
and she's like,
"Yeah,
I have not taken a sick day since I started working for you 5 years ago.
Yeah,
not one.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I haven't used all the 10 days. I mean, some years she used 8 or 7, or sometimes it was just 5. Not one day have I ever called you in the morning and said, "Oh, guess what? I'm sick. I'm not coming in." And the boss lady is like, "Well, you already used your free day." She said, "So what you're telling me is you want me to call you that morning when I'm taking my sick day?" And the lady's like, "What?" She's like, I'm going on this trip, so you can either have it planned,
absolutely,
or I could dump it on you. You tell me what you want."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you want to have to panic and try and fill my slot while I'm away?
Yeah.
Or get it organised? There you go.
And I can't remember exactly how she stated it. She didn't say it that directly, but that was the implication. Yeah, that was the implication.
Absolutely.
And I was
Absolutely.
like,
clever.
Beautiful.
Very clever.
Absolutely.
Oh,
beautiful.
you've just had 16.
Holy cow, Gio! Thanks, man.
By Gio, man.
Thank you, sir.
Well, if we're on that, while we're doing that, I'm gonna release 10,000 channel points right now. 10,000. Why am I releasing 10,000 channel points?
Into the wild.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to write this down.
You need to write this down.
All right.
So the 10,000 channel points allows me to choose your next video subject, or one of your next video subjects.
Oh boy.
All right. You got your pen and paper?
Yeah, I got it.
I've redeemed my 10,000. Here we go.
Okay.
My life. The subject is my life living on a bowler hat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
My life
50 worth on that.
Living on a bowler hat.
Yeah, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Can't even say it. There you go.
In the middle of the Pacific. Well, I sort of figured the subject would be something about tanks, but I only have myself to blame.
Exactly.
Yes. I clearly left it too open to interpretation.
Absolutely. It's very loosely connected to tanks because the bowler hat in my world is equivalent to the tumour in your world. So if you've got a bowler hat on top of your tank, it can get penetrated.
My life living on a bowler hat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
There you go. 15 minutes of fame there, mate.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That is a challenge. I like that, actually. That is a challenge. That will be something different.
Cool. I'll drink my tea to that, sir.
You caught me off guard by that one, my friend. My life living on a bowler hat. So would it be a giant bowler hat, or would I be a small Guido on just a regular sized hat?
The choice is yours, sir.
Yeah.
We'll leave it like that. The choice is yours, but it can't be so big that it becomes an island.
It can't. Oh, okay. So it can't be an island-sized bowler hat.
No.
Which would be rather comfortable.
Yes. It has to be somewhat floating in the middle of the ocean type thing. All right. How exciting your life will be on that bowler hat.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's much of a life living on a bowler hat.
Well then that says to me, if you're saying that now, that says to me, as a commissioned officer, you have a lack of imagination, sir.
Yeah. So if I just make a video of a picture of a skeleton draped over a bowler hat floating in the Pacific Ocean.
Do that, yeah. How are you going to make that last 15 minutes?
It'll just be 15 minutes of floating around. Maybe a couple fish nibbling at the last vestiges of flesh on the fingers as it
dropping off your
trails through the water.
Right.
Bitwise, what the hell are these guys talking about? Oh man, we really just went straight into tangent land on this one. I blame the drug-addled brain.
I think so. I think
all
it's
legal.
the meth crack he's sniffing.
Yeah, probably the meth crack or whatever it was. All right.
Parasonomics.
Shall we chill?
Well, I think we need to. I think we need to move this on to tanks.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just. We're not going to talk about tanks. We're just going to chill.
Yeah, we're going to chill. Okay. Yeah.
Let's get this going here. Let's get this party started. Oh, that's weird. Why did that happen? Okie dokie. Ah, look, there we go. So, what do we got? Pilgrim found something interesting out.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know that you can use a coupon on your WZ 114 purchase? Check it out. Look at the little coupon symbol is right there. If I click that and I apply the coupon, it goes from 63 to, well, first I got to click that, 56.
Cool. Because I've got a 15% coupon, which I was going to. What I was saying to you earlier on is that I wasn't going to bother with the grind. I was just going to play my game, and then if it comes along, whatever, I wasn't even going to buy it. But now I'm now vested interest because I've got 4 days left on the 15% discount coupon. So I'm going to grind for 4 days, and just before the I'm going to see how much I can get it for. So, and if I can get it for less than 50 quid, then maybe so. £30 would be nice.
I mean, I'm at 30%, so that's interesting. I don't know how many better coupons might be out there, but that's unusual, and I don't remember that being true in the past. But there you go. Yeah. Check it out.
It might be a mistake by Wargaming. So if you want it like that, you probably need to get grinding quick and get it done.
Ooh, it's a long reload, Geo. It's not 45, but I hear you. I hear your noise, man. It is a long reload. All right, so that thing's out there. We'll talk about the Marathon in a second. Scorpion G is available. The 274 Alpha is back. I didn't realize it had a 3D style.
Yeah, they've thrown a big package out, haven't they? They've got 3 different packages for it.
I don't know where that style came from. Mangut? Was that a ranked reward or something along the way? I don't know where. Usually we get those as CCs, and that's the first I've noticed it had one. So I don't know if that's new with this sale or it's been floating around and I just missed it. I don't know.
Did you, talking about 3D styles, while we're on that, I'll just say Pilgrinomics, buy a coupon. That's right. Get your coupon for $20, get your $5 off your tank. That'll go, done. Talking about 3D styles, I noticed the replay you did of the Manticore, the chap with the Manticore, I think he's MC is his name. That's got a 3D skin on. I did not know there was a 3D skin for the Manticore.
Yeah, I think I have it. I just didn't put it on because
is it a microphone boom on the top?
Yeah,
or something, or a camera or something. Looks weird.
Yeah, it was connected with one of the Halloween events, I think, or something like that.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's one of the.
Yeah. Okay, it looks a bit odd. That's all.
Yeah. Like a little space age kind of thing.
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Artillery Bugs has got 40% on the WZ, so now if you can put a coupon on it, he's thinking about buying it. Then that negates all the bad reviews it's had. You know what I mean? If you can get it for like 50% off, 60% off.
Yeah.
Just get it anyway.
We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about I'll give you more of my opinion. I don't know. Come on, we're trying to sell stuff though here. Let's
let's go back to selling stuff.
Try to focus.
I am focused.
ISU 152K is also out there.
That's been out quite a bit though, hasn't it? Now that's still, it's been knocking around a bit. I looked at that. I think I've got it. We think I did.
There's not a huge difference between that and the top configuration anyway. They're both 750 Alpha guns.
They got the BL-10 gun, haven't they? Which has been nerfed, but never mind.
Yeah, but the stock one's a 750 Alpha also, right? I believe so.
Yeah,
it's just I think different pen or different characteristics. Nothing going on in the gold. Premium count standard vehicles. I don't think there's anything else really to talk about here. No, it's all the same stuff. IS2M's around. Look at the Skoda T27. Don't even think about it.
No. No.
50 TP prototypes out there. There's still some of these packages too rolling around. But I don't think many people who are watching this have any need for that. There's probably multiple tanks in there they already own.
Yeah.
And nothing else on the specials, guys. So there's really not a whole lot going on other than the marathon. Or if you missed the 274 Alpha at some point, that's rolling around. What do they want for just the tank? $39.
Okay.
And you can use.
I mean, it's not the 430 of the world. You know what I mean? It's not. But and if you play it like it is a 430 or a 430U, you'll find out very quickly that it's not exactly that at all. But it's still a Soviet hover medium, isn't it?
Yeah, I did okay with it. It wasn't amazing, but I did okay with it. Yeah, it's all right.
Geo's redeemed a mod pole for 1,000.
Excellent. I have no idea how that works.
I have no idea either. I don't know what it means.
I just set it up. I don't know how it works. Somebody else was trying to do that. Are you able to build the pole?
I don't know. That would be a good question, isn't it?
Redeem
Can Geo do a poll?
He should be able to.
Makes 3 of us, says Geo. Mods can.
So I thought when I set that up, that meant that person could then do a poll as if he was a mod.
Oh, okay.
Is that saying that now the mod has to do the poll for Geo? That's kind of silly if that's what that is.
Because we'll need a subject for the poll. All right, Cliffy said, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
so what's the
throw the poll subject out there, Gio, and see if Cliffy or one of the guys, one of the mods, can do the poll for you. I don't know.
Well, he's just put the subject is bowler hats.
Bowler hats.
Brilliant.
Bowler hats, yes or no? Do they float?
That's a good question. You need to include all this in your video, mate.
I mean, I don't know what they're made of. Felt? I feel like felt's not going to float for very long.
You need to do your research. I'm not telling you anything. You need to do your research.
Bowler hat or hats? Can it be multiple hats?
No, you can't have more than one hat. One on each foot, and you're going to then skate around the
Pacific Ocean.
Stop it! It's your task, not mine.
I'm just trying to get
ownership of the damn thing.
I'm just trying to get a little background information. The code is Cholula.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is my favorite hot sauce in the world.
She suffered when she did all that hot wing.
Well, Cholula is not hot.
Ooh.
Yeah, she hit some hot stuff. Cholula is just kind of standard one each, not super hot, but really tasty.
Right. Okay. So you can get you don't get a numb mouth and can't.
No. Cholula's not hot. It's got a slight zing, not much, but it's a nice taste. I like Cholula sauce. It just adds a little zip. She hit up some seriously hot stuff.
I know. At the end of the video, it looked like she was going to explode. It's not that much.
Yeah, Dwayne's saying it's southern Tabasco, but yes, it's popular down here, and I like it better than Tabasco. I call it Cholo sauce, so it's delicious.
Cholula. Okay, I might look
Frank's
out
hot sauce is fine. I use that for wings, and my wife makes a hot chicken burrito thing that uses Frank's. So it's chicken tacos but hot.
Right.
It's really good. Okay. And Frank's hot sauce.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. And Frank's hot sauce plays a big part in that. So Cholula is going to get you a WZ-111 Alpine Tiger, and then the personal reserves and all the little goodies that go with that. And then we've got February preview, which didn't look like a lot of stuff, to be honest.
No.
We're going to finish up the marathon. That's the big thing in the first few days. When does it end? Friday or something like that?
I didn't check that, actually, but yeah.
It's usually 10 days, and it started on... So probably Monday or somewhere in there, Tuesday of next week.
Yeah. It is slightly longer, isn't it? Because it's a tier 9.
Oh, is it longer? I didn't notice that.
Not date-wise, but the progression is going to take a bit longer.
Yeah, it caught. Yeah, there was a little bit more experience than usual because it was a tier 9. It goes to February 7th.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep, which is...
Oh, that's a week away.
Yeah, which is... So, okay, so you got another week through next Sunday, basically.
Right, talking about marathons and you know, all that sort of good stuff. A complete tangent, but on tanks. I got the CS52 LIS, which came as part of one of Commander AF's codes.
Mm-hmm.
I've played it. I've got some experience racked up in it and all the rest of it. So now it's sitting in the garage with the rental period ended. So I've gone to try and buy it because I actually like the tank, as you said I would, and everybody else would like it. I can't get it bought. It won't let me purchase. Is that a standard thing with wargaming?
Is there still games left on it?
No, it's the rental period. I played, I don't know, let me see how many games I played. I might not have played enough games. Is that the thing? I only did 3 battles.
Well, some are time and some are number of battles.
Right, okay. Well,
if it's number of battles...
time.
Oh, okay.
It was time, not number of battles.
Then sell it.
So, but they won't let me purchase at all. I've just left it in the garage until it comes up as saying I can buy it. All right. You know what I mean? So
you can send a ticket. You can try selling it. Right-click, sell, get rid of it. But you won't make anything on it, but it'll supposedly go away from your garage, and then you might be able to buy it then. If not, then what somebody said, send a ticket in.
All right, okay.
They'll remove it from your account. Yeah, they'll remove it from your account. I thought there was supposed to be an option to buy after you did the rental.
I thought that's what I mean. That's why I've kept it, because I thought, I'll be able to buy it once I played it, and I thought, yeah, I'll have it. Predict with channel points. Oh, we've got a poll going.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Do bowler hats float?
Excellent. Well, let me know what the answer is, because I can't see the chat right now because I'm busy with the...
All
right, so...
Cool.
Vehicle trade-in, referral program ongoing. Of course, the marathon we just talked about. On-track missions. Looks like around the 268 version 4 is ongoing at least for the next 5 days or so. We got the Panzer 7. Ugh. Centurion Action X, and then... Oh, look, Manticore. Nice. So Manticore will be on track. Premium shop. What do we got coming up? Primo Victoria. Oh boy, the Pack 36. We need more of those. Oh, they're selling the FCM 50T. That's going to make a lot of money.
You think?
No. Fury, Firefly, and Sherman. Oh, look, all the Sherman's going to be on sale. I don't have this one. I don't have Loz's. Object 252U and Defender. And then we've got TS5, 122S, and T25 Pilot number 1. There's not a lot of good tanks being sold this month, my friends. I mean, the Defenders, but they're not... They're good, but they're not what they used to be. I can't even recommend.
Well, they've got that Defender-ish coming out as well, haven't they? Which is going to be better than the Defender. So hold your money.
I can barely recommend any of those. The Firefly is pretty good. Primo Victoria is okay. If you're a Seal Clubber, the FCM 36 Pack 40 is right up your alley. The Defenders are Defenders, and that's about it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got weekend specials. Go ahead.
No, it's a shame, and I know we're on the back end of the Christmas thing and all the rest of it, but wouldn't it be nice just to have a few more, maybe just packages put together would be nice. You know, like they used to do with premium time and all that sort of stuff. Get a few packages together. Be nice. Hey ho. I'll moan.
Weekend stuff. Not much going on there. Standard Act, Showdown Saturday, and What's Next, and that's it, man.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Now, if there's going to be, was it March that the black market was, or was it April?
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about the black market.
So if it's going to happen in the next couple months, so keep an eye out for that, if they're going to do that. I don't have any essay on it. They do have the Lurva up here, and it's Valentine's thing, so you can expect that to probably show up somewhere around the 14th. I would not be surprised if they put that on sale with the 3D style involved.
Yeah.
The Lurva. So look out for that if you're in the market for a Lurva. I'd imagine.
And again, it used to be a great credit grinder. I guess it still is. But it's a bit overpowered. It's been overpowered by everything else these days, hasn't it?
Yeah. All right, so we'll jump over here into the client. I am on 4. Working my way through to 4. I've finished 3 levels so far.
I'm on 2.
You're only on 2, yeah. Well, you've been playing both accounts, or just haven't been
playing?
Yeah,
no, I've been trying to get it on the EU competition account. So I've been playing it on that. Or I got told off by, bless him, Muskrat in the clan. He said, "Where have you been for the last week? I've been sending you messages." I said, "Sorry, I've been on the EU account." So yeah, I've been trying to, not on my free-to-play account, but the competition account I got, which I try and get all the competition tanks and stuff. So I'm not even close to 4 on that one, to be honest. I'm on 3, heading towards 4.
Yeah,
so
Wayne's on 4. Anybody blasted through it? Oh, Battle Pass. That's right, Bitwise. Bitpass. Yeah, I think that starts right after the marathon, I believe, was the rumor.
Which would make sense, because they'll have all these tier 9 premium tanks knocking around they can bring into Battle Pass, can't they? Yeah, it makes sense. In fact, Artillery Bug said he was, did you say 40% or 60% or something? I can't remember. He said he got through it quite a bit.
Wow. So that means there's going to be a lot of tier 9s available again, right? Or 3 new ones, I guess. 2 or 3 new tier 9s that you'll be able to get through Battle Pass. Remember to save your gold for that if you want to do that. Consumable sale. I don't know, Gator. I'm hearing rumors on that too. We'll probably do one. Yeah, I need one too. I'm running out of repair kits, I think.
Repair kits is the big one, because...
Is that the one you use the most? I think it is.
Yeah, I think you use that most. I mean, yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah.
Because
I don't use the first aid pack as half as much as I do the repair kits.
Repair kits, yeah. Because what happens is I buy the same amount of these two, and I may have changed that now because this is good data. I have 461 large first aid kits left and only 142 repair kits. So it looks like repair kits are the thing you use the most.
Yeah.
So I'll probably buy more of those than I buy large first aid kits. And the one that you don't use nearly as much is automatic fire extinguishers. I've got tons of those. I'm not going to buy any more of those. Get 810 of those bad boys.
Yeah, I've got like 218 first aid kits. It's crazy, isn't it?
No, I got more than that. I got 400 something first aid kits.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, last time I bought, I don't know, 700, I guess, of each one. Something like that. But I've really burned through their large repair kits. I only have 142 left.
Right.
Bitwise has thousands of kits. I spent a lot of money buying tanks, man. So I've got behind on all that. Oh, look at this! I can get another field mod for the old WZ there. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, where were we? That's it for missions and specials. Subjects du jour. Marathon. Well, we kind of went into the marathon. Kind of how do I say this? Does anyone really care about this marathon, I guess?
I wonder whether we've just got a bit overloaded with everything. You know, I think, okay, there's a combination of things. This is my personal opinion. Combination of things is that currently majority of CCs are saying it's not the best tank in the world. Majority, from what I've seen. It's also, I think we're in like too much crammed into a small space. We've had Christmas, we've had, all the other things that have gone on, and it's all sort of like in the last couple of weeks. So I think there's a little bit of jaded feelings about it. Like, why the heck should I bother worrying about it? If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to spend any more money on it. Blah, 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 blah. I think it's just too soon after Christmas to do something like this. And the big caveat is it's not as good as we think it is as a tank, according to the majority of people who've tested it.
I think that's valid. I think also the whole Tier 9 premium thing is kind of... the way they're going about it is interesting. And on the one hand, I think it's good because they're not just dropping overpowered tier 9s. But like my video said, on the one hand, you go, oh, okay, good. They have a premium tier 9 and it's not overpowered. And on the other hand, you go, oh, but wait a minute. What about all the reward tier 9s that are?
Yeah.
The Char, the KPZ, the T55A, you know, all those, not necessarily overpowered, but better than
than
their tech tree things.
I think more usable, more player friendly.
The Concept 1B, the AE Phase 1, all these tanks that are really pretty dang good tier 9. So what does this thing bring to the table? It brings bonds, which is nice, and credits.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's not that, you know, it's not that much better or in any way to say, oh well, the gun's good. You know, if you can put up with everything else, wow, you get like 800 alpha or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that, is it? So, and it's a little bit derpy.
That's why I bring it up, Bitwise, because that's why I'm sort of questioning the whole concept of it.
Yeah.
On the one hand, yeah, it does bonds, but like you said, you can play tier 10 for bonds. On the other hand, it does credits, but on the other hand, you can play tier 8 premiums for credits.
Yeah.
Okay, this does both, but it's not a really great tank.
No.
You know?
You'd have to play hard to be able to sort of grind the credits and the bonds that you could get by playing other tiers, to be honest.
Yeah. And it could be a loss leader, essentially. Yeah. You know, to get people used to it. Get them excited for maybe the next one that's a little better and a little better and a little better or whatever. But I don't see a lot of hype being generated by this. There was a little bit with the Sturv K because it was the first.
Yes.
And it had an interesting 3D armor. It had a connection with the whatever that band is.
Yeah. Them lot. Them singing people.
So that created a little buzz there. Now, what's this thing's connected to is China. And as you see,
China, don't we?
Yeah, and as you see, we have a, and I don't know which Chinese skyline this is. Anyone know? Is this Hong Kong? I have no idea where this is.
I think it's Hong Kong, mate. Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a golden shower. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
So I think there's a lot going on there. Where's all the people? Yeah, that's not very many people for China. It seems exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is there should be about 52,000 more.
Million more.
So you had a something about these drums.
I did, yes. I sent you a screenshot of the RU forums. I went on the RU forums this morning, which is always, you know what? It's always a bit scary going on the RU sites because my virus checker goes absolutely mental. I go anywhere near Russia.
Yeah.
It comes up with all sorts of no, don't go there. No, suspicious connection. No, I'd be like, oh, this is horrible. But anyway, that's an aside. So I went on the RU forums this morning. And there's a guy in there who's put in a mod. You can go into the files and remove the drums, the noise of the drums, because you either turn down ambience so you don't hear nothing in battle, or you leave ambience off and have the drums in the garage, because the music in the garage you can turn down, music in game you can turn down, but it doesn't turn the drums off. But there is a mod that will specifically turn the drums off you can apply. Now, there's a keep it simple, stupid response to that, but I'll let you go ahead with that, Guido.
Well, it's right. You just turn your ambiance. Just turn the ambiance down to 0. That's the drums. These are the drums. Gone. See, I've got all my music off, my ambiance. All my sounds are down low. I don't really have anything loud.
So you're still hearing game noises then?
I do, but if I need to hear it, I have a dial, volume dial right here for my speakers.
Oh, okay.
If I need it louder, I'll just zing that up a little bit.
Check you out, Mr. IT man.
Yeah. I don't like all the big explosions and stuff going on.
Okay, I love all that.
But that's
why
it right
I can't
there.
hear nothing going off.
Just turn the ambiance down.
So it's just the ambience. So you reckon I go into battle and I won't hear the birds twerking?
Well, I don't know. Someone just said
working.
Cliffy, yeah, you don't want the birds twerking. Cliffy says ambiance only affects the garage, so I never really tested it. That's probably true, I guess.
Okay.
I thought I didn't know if it was birds or whatever in battle.
Right. I'm going to try this later on. If it doesn't work, I'm sending you a letter.
Okay.
From my solicitor, my lawyer.
There you go, Geo says it works. Yep. No more drums.
Okay, cool. Okay.
That's actually pretty funny, man. So people just sit there in their garage getting angry at the drums.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a whole forum discussion about the drums. It's like there was one response, especially on the youth. There was one response came. Thank goodness for that. I've been contacting my mental health nurse to help me get through this. Now I've got the answer. Thanks.
Jeez.
It's just annoying.
Do I hear music at loading? I don't hear music. I don't want to hear their doggone music.
No.
I don't know. I don't care about the music and the.
No, it's not. I turn it all down. The only music I actually went and researched outside the game was the Polish Studansky Himmelsdorf one. That was quite cool because they've got a Polish group of women singers who do all this sort of like stuff, and they're quite cool. But yeah, that's the only.
And that's fine for the first 10 times.
Yeah.
But the amount I play, by the 100th time I hear the same damn, I don't want to hear it anymore.
No, you know.
There you go. See, Cliffy likes them. To each their own. To each their own. Some people play with the music going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to play when I stream. I'd love to play with music in the background, but the freaking music industry is such a bunch of dirtbags.
I know you can't. You'd have lawsuits on coming through your door.
Grubby, greedy, sad people.
Me personally, if somebody puts music out there, I think it should be time barred. I think they should get royalties for X amount of time, and then it becomes free to everybody. So this is just me, typical communist. But after I don't know, give it 3 years. After 3 years, any music after 3 years becomes free for everybody. Why not?
I don't.
You made your money over 3 years.
I mean, I have sympathy for people creating stuff. I'm not saying just let people steal your stuff, but in terms of small things like some streamer streaming and your song happens to be in a playlist, that's advertisement.
Yeah.
But no, the way they look at it is, oh, you're making money off of me. You owe me. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the right answer is, to be honest. I do know the right answer isn't to bring a mallet down on everyone who happens to play a snippet of your frickin' song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I don't play songs. And I don't deal with music on my at least I don't deal with copyrighted music on my channel or my stream, and I don't use music much because it's just a bunch of landmines. It's a minefield.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these jagoffs are
to everybody watching. This is a wait and see. Okay,
oh, yeah.
wait out, wait and see. Because Guido does have something that he may well at some point put out there.
I do have some copyrighted music I could play. Maybe I'll just put that on endless loop when I'm streaming.
I think that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Oh dear,
dude, I have got to get to that, man. That is like one of the biggest things that's just like looming. That's like, get this done.
I'm going to put the pressure on. I'm going to put the pressure on you right now with the whole of the Twitch audience that are watching.
Yeah.
This piece of music and the poem that goes with it was written by a couple of people associated with, or a person associated with Guido, and the couple of people who did the music behind it are associated with two very famous stars out there. So this whole package is big deal. But Guido's been just doing his normal thing, typical officer, without any admin behind him, just forgetting to do stuff.
I just need a proper video for it. Maybe it could be part of the bowler hat video.
Now there you go. There's some real Sky Blues thinking there, isn't
Yeah. Maybe. Yolk 4777. Thanks for the follow. Sorry about that. Missed you 7 minutes ago. Welcome to the show. What's the most you would pay for the WZ114, or is it not even worth 2 cents? I don't know, $20, 30 maybe, 20 or 30. But are you going to play it? That with the WZ, I would ask myself this: am I going to play this thing? Some of this stuff you buy just to be a collector, and you might every once in a while touch it. With this tank, I got to say, man, I mean, are you a big Chinese tank fan? Do you really need a trainer for your WZ115 or whatever that thing is? I don't know. That's what I would ask myself. But $20 seems fair. Maybe 30 at the most.
Had you just gifted to poor old sod?
Oh, right on. Right on.
The results of the does a bowler hat float?
Okay, what is it?
Coming down. It's coming down hard. It's coming down hard.
Floats like a witch. And what else floats?
Yes, small pebbles.
Very small rocks.
Small rocks, yes. No.
No.
Lifts his visor.
She turned me into a newt.
Oh, better now.
Well, I got better. Awesome. So I know that was kind of a wishy-washy answer, but I don't know. What does everybody else say? What's your price for the WZ? Everyone's going to be like, 0.
Well, I like I said before, if it's £30, $45, I guess I'd buy it, but I don't. It's like some of the guys have said, it'll just be another tank that sits in the garage and I don't play. I'll give it a run out for like 3 battles and then go, no, don't want it.
See, artillery bugs is kind of with me, somewhere in the 20 to 30 region.
Right.
So what I've done is, first of all, this is the style for the lunar event. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
I have done everything I can to tame the gun, which is
crew and equipment.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got an IA, I've got the vert stab, and the GLD. I'm running the GLD directive. I have food. I've got a pretty good crew with Brothers in Arms. Blah blah blah. So we actually get down to a .28 dispersion, which is pretty dang accurate. If you can get the aim time, it's still at 3.11, even with all the help I've given.
Right. That's horrible. When I watched you with it, it just goes this slow. Hurry.
This is
shoot way before.
This is a different setup than my video. When I got the tank back, when Domo recredited it, I set it up differently to go, let's just ignore rammer, ignore vents, although I don't know if vents might do better than one of those pieces of equipment. It's possible vents might be better than GLD overall for gun. I don't know. I'd have to mess around. Yeah, no equipment.
Well, I mean, even crew skills like what's the one that stops the bloom when you turn the turret, that sort of stuff. That may have a small effect, but it's never going to get it down.
Yeah.
Birch stab, yeah.
So because I'm not running a rammer and other stuff, my reload's ridiculous at 17.95. You can get it down to 16 or 15, but I'm almost at 18. I'm essentially at 18 because I've prioritized gun handling.
Okay, all right. Which is, you even with modifications, I guess you won't be able to improve much overall with all that.
So, Cliffy,
what are the mods on it?
So you think the vent with the vent directive will help over? Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Just get rid of the GLD, but this is plus 10% the aiming speed, and that is one of its problems. So you can't.
No vents, just the directive.
You can't run the directive without the vents on it. Burp.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because it comes up with a big.
Yeah, you got to have the piece of equipment on to run the directive.
Are we talking crew skills? Is there a crew skill that does that? No.
No, it does. It's got the little warning sign right there. Kind of do it. I don't think any of the crew stuff helps with any of that. I guess smoother ride, but this is for
Snapshot. Does that do anything?
well, while moving and all that good stuff. Yeah. So there's probably I might go mess around a little bit with it and see if maybe vents actually is better with the vent directive. It'll probably increase the aiming time, but it might do something more for dispersion, some other things. But I'll mess around with it. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, for the 100 battle challenge, I'm going to just try to tame the gun. And I did play a couple games, and I did find that the circle is much smaller with this setup to begin with, and it does zoom in faster. So I found the accuracy at .28, if you have time to get it down, is pretty darn good.
Right. So, I mean, are we talking... Because it's not... Yeah, exactly. Play it like a T30. I was just going to say that way. And are we talking... Do we play it hull down, sat there, just taking the punchy face thing and then banging somebody for the 750 alpha or something?
No, you wish. That's the problem. Is
that you can't do that?
It's 530 alpha.
Oh, is it?
So right. It's good, right. But it's not scary like a T30 good, right? So
right. So nobody's going to be scared of it.
No, right. So a T30 shows up, people are like, I don't want to take that hit. Yeah. This shows up, they're like, yeah, it hits hard, but it's not scary like a T30. A T30 has another 220 alpha involved. Yeah. I mean, that's another half again what this thing has. So it's, and I did say that in my review. I said it's T30-esque minus the fear factor, which is important because that's why T30s, people don't jump out in front of T30s because they don't want to get smacked.
Exactly. I mean, if you're against a T30, you can calculate the reload time and perhaps get under the reload time quite easily, because again, it's quite long. But
it's the same time as this thing for another 220 alpha.
Yeah, which you don't mind when you're playing a T30 because you know you're going to do punchy face big style, don't you? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
And somebody mentioned this cupola is quite large and it's right on the front, and I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times I get slapped into that thing.
Well, that's definitely a weak point then. That's
yeah.
Gosh, they've not made that tank to do anything, have they? Really?
No, it doesn't really do anything well. It doesn't.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it does nothing well. All right, what else we got going on here?
Well, we're on subjects as well. We've got vehicle trade-ins. If you want to trade your premiums in.
Yeah. I've never done that.
No, I haven't actually. I don't know if it's worthwhile, to be honest.
Well, I don't. I just keep all the premiums.
Of course, if you're a collector, it won't matter, will it? Because you'll have all the tanks anyway. Yeah.
But if you've got one you don't use and there's one you want, then it's not a bad idea.
You get a discount for it, don't you? You get some sort of trade-off.
I mean, you come out worse. I mean, you're not winning.
Right.
But you're getting it for a better deal than you otherwise would have.
Right. Okay.
I mean, the house doesn't lose. The house does not lose, all right?
No. So I think Wargaming have taken a notch out of my book.
They have incorporated Pilgrinomics into their trade-in system.
I'm really happy with that one then, eh?
Essentially, you end up paying twice as much for the tank. Yeah. Thinking you're getting it for half price.
Yeah, absolutely. They hide the soft stats behind everything about the cost. It doesn't actually reflect the real cost.
Yeah.
You have a man knocking on your door asking, the bailiffs coming in saying, we want to take your armchair away because you haven't paid for your tank.
Right.
And then there was the other thing, Project Uplift, which is the second part of the Canadian Tank Museum charity thing that's going on. So that's going on. And that's all I've got, really.
Maps,
yeah.
Actually, there's also a list of banned players. So, they did a ban wave off of ranked. Although the list I saw, I think, is for RU or EU. And I haven't seen an article from Wargaming, but there is a list on Armored Patrol of people who got banned. From
ranked.
From ranked, yeah. So they found people cheating. I mean, everyone knows what's going on. there's whole websites dedicated to people paying to have somebody crank through ranked and get them their tanks and all that crap. So
again, I'll come back to how I would view that. I have no idea how that is satisfying to anybody.
Dude, seriously, right?
Do that.
What? I'm with you, man.
Then, yeah, how on earth do you then go, I get a great feeling of satisfaction for doing? No, you don't. You haven't earned it. You haven't felt good about earning it. You paid some person to do it for you. You then got the reward tank. You go out and play your battle, and you're shit at playing it anyway.
I mean, you got a 3-marked 430U or something that you paid for, and you're a 49% player raging around.
Yeah.
And when you play it, it's obvious. And it's funny too, because I've been some of the CCs have been tracking some of this stuff, and you get on these accounts where this is happening, and you watch it, and it's like a flat line of capability, and then it's like 3-mark, and then it goes funk and flat lines again. And everyone's going,
Yeah, exactly. That's suspicious. Well, Gio's just thrown 5 tier 1 subs to people.
Gio got Hello Boy, Gator, Gabe, Taser Face, and Guardians of the Soul. Hey, Guardians, what's up, man? Guardians is here. It worked the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They don't want satisfaction; they want the tank. But first of all, do they think they're going to go out there and everybody's going to type in chat, "Hey man, congrats on your 3-mark 430U. You must be fantastic." No, they type in there, "Dickhead." It's one word, "dickhead." Honestly,
it's a valid question, man. I don't know. I don't know what. Like you said, what do they get out of that? And they spent a bunch of money to do it.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. It is so beyond my ken, as they say.
Yeah.
I have no idea why you would want to do that. What
No, not at all. And without justifying, if you cheat at a game like poker in Las Vegas and get away with it, you make money out of it. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying it's a fact. If you cheat and get away with it, you've made some money. So you can sort of understand the raison d'etre behind a cheater doing that at Las Vegas. But to cheat in a pixel tank game, to get a pixelated tank on your screen that everybody is going, you cheated to get that.
Well, I mean, Cliffy has a good point. They're good tanks and people want them. So I do understand that. What I was more talking about is people who are rigging 3-marks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Paying for 3 marks or rigging for 3 marks. It's all a similar problem. It's all cheating for some pixel thing reward. Getting an object or a chieftain or whatever, I get that to some extent in that's a good tank and they want it on their account so they can run around and do better, marginally better than they do in other tanks and still suck.
Yeah.
Which, okay, whatever. But to rig for marks is the weirdest one to me. Because there's no real benefit to that.
No.
I mean, marks don't add any hit points or damage or make your tank better or make you better.
No.
You have 3 marks and you can go, ooh, look, I have 3 marks.
Yeah,
I mean, that is the ultimate, like, weird nerd psychology thing right there.
Well, I think it just smacks of underconfidence. If you have to do things like that, you're probably in need of a little bit of a confidence boost. You need to get out and perhaps take a walk around the block or something. Get some fresh air.
Or get yourself a bowler hat.
Yeah.
Launch absolutely. Yourself into the Pacific and try to live on that bad boy for a few months.
Yeah. See how your survival skills pen out doing that.
And then when you survive, when you come back, you probably will be able to 3-mark everything you touch.
Absolutely. There you go. Cliffy's right. Only real men 3-mark tier 6 lights.
Once you 3-mark your Pacific bowler hat.
Yeah. You are the man.
You are the man. Very shady. Me either. I mean, I do get it. If you're good and they come, that's fine. But I will say that it is a bit of a weird fetish now, and has become, as things do a lot of times with computer gaming and tracking stats and the way the metas go and everything. It's become a 3-mark fetish for World of Tanks now. There are, and I'm probably insulting other CCs who are really good players, but some of the CCs, that's their entire purpose in the game is to get 3 marks.
Yeah.
Which, okay, my purpose was to get every tank, and now I'm putting 100 battles on tanks. So you might look at Guido and go, why the hell are you doing that? All right, so they want 3 marks. But everything that they do is about the 3 mark.
Yeah. But that becomes Corvette dude, I'm not sure on that attack crows, but that becomes it becomes too much of a focus. When, I did try to get things marked, and you start to focus, and you then set your tank up with more APCR or whatever. You put your best crews in, whatever it is you do to massage your attempt at marking your tank. That becomes the focus and not the battle, not the enjoyment. It becomes stressful because you're like, oh, I'm 1% away from it. What's going on?
Well, skill is the actual unicum of unicums, right? There's probably a couple better players than him, but he's up there with them. Yeah. I think some of the best players in the game you don't hear about. They just play the game and they're the best. Yeah. But he's able to win in 3-mark and 100%, that's a one-off, man. He can just do that. That's just a lot of people.
I appreciate because he's at a level where it's just another little challenge, like your 100 battle challenge. It's a challenge for somebody who is at a level that needs that challenge, that just as a challenge. And he does it for that. He doesn't specifically go out to 3-mark, but he gets it anyway, and he has that mentality. That's fine. But it's, for me, to cheat to get the 3-mark.
Yeah, that's the weird part. That's the weird part.
It is the weird part, isn't it? What the heck? Get a life.
Yeah.
Sorry. But,
I only chased a few 3-marks along the way, and mostly at tier 6 and 7 or so. I haven't 3-marked anything in a long time because I haven't played anything long enough, really. Even with, But to be honest, on some of my 100 battle challenge, I'm finding getting 1 or 2 mark can be a challenge because what's happening is the mark fetish has spread, and people are concentrating on nearly every tank. Even if it's a bad tank, you'll have people trying to, 3-mark bad tanks. I did that with the Churchill gun carrier and the ARL-39 and stuff. But it becomes, once you start doing that, for me, it becomes really frustrating trying to chase that. So I just quit doing it.
That's it, isn't it? That's the thing. I mean, TL Wiz is quite right. He likes to go for the marks and that's cool. I get that. But if you make it the only reason why you're playing this tank game, or one of the main reasons, it becomes too much of a focus and becomes too frustrating because you can be 0.1% off the mark all the time because other people are banging it, you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's out of your hands.
Yeah.
It's not really within your own hands to do it. So you're reliant on the player base either not getting involved in that side of it so you can run your marks as quickly as you can, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or it's whenever I platoon up in the same tank as you, I know definitely I'm going nowhere near the marks.
Well, regarding looking at mark, every once in a while I'll notice somebody's got 3 marks, and generally I'll go, okay, I can probably trust that guy or gal to do pretty well.
Yeah.
So does that really change anything I do in the game? Maybe a little, probably not. I did have an interesting one yesterday. A guy had a 3-mark to VZ55. And I was actually playing the 114, and it was on Oaks or whatever, the one with the train tracks and the city and the big swamp in the middle.
Yeah,
and I went to the train tracks, and he went straight towards the city with only one other tank. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Well, he was the first to die. I didn't really notice what happened, so I thought we lost. I mean, it was a complete steamroll. We got a rears kick.
Right.
So I actually got backed out of the game and opened up the replay and looked at it. And he went into the little town and took up a little position. That's a pretty good position for shooting people on the side who are trying to get into the town.
Right, okay.
But he didn't really have any support, and he was the only guy there. And
I didn't actually see what happened because I wasn't over there, but the little red tank is sitting there, and then a 110E3 shows up, and then he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he got spotted.
That bait more than once.
So he got spotted and 8 shots, or maybe he got ammo racked. I mean, it's very possible he got ammo racked. And so our 58% player, 3 marked VZ55 was first guy dead. 0 damage, which happens. I've died first.
Absolutely, it happened. And talking about that particular map, that's brought something back to mind about the difference between NA and EU play. Now, I can't say that I play sufficiently on both accounts to have an opinion about this, but whether it is the right opinion or not is a different matter. But the deployment on the 2 servers are so different on some of these maps. And that map you're talking about, I constantly was getting that the other day, and the deployment was all down the tracks with like 3 tanks left for the city. All down the tracks, the whole lot just down the tracks. And I was like, this is on EU. And I was like, what? And I was, I don't know, I can't remember what I was in, but I was in a heavy tank. I thought, I've got to go to the city because nobody else is going there.
I'd rather see everyone go on the tracks as long as they don't continue to push. When the tracks spin around, go back to your cap.
Yeah, they all died. Yeah. Every one of them. There was like 4 heavies, 3 mediums, a couple of TDs, and they all just went into the water part, the dip down.
Yeah.
And as they were poking up, they got mullered from left and right, and I was up the city.
Yeah, you can't keep pushing. You need a big force to go win the tracks, turn around and go back.
Yeah. But see, on NA, it seems like there's a better handle on deployment and positional play. It might be just that EU is so much bigger, so you've got a lot of casual players coming in doing it. I don't know what the answer is, but it feels to me
Bitwise, you are insane. You are insane. That is not my experience, man. I do not see the city win that map.
No.
I do not see the city. The only time the city wins that map is if the guys on the tracks keep pushing into the other guy's cap and ignore that they lost the city. If you just come back, the city can't push into caps from either side.
Yeah, that's the point. You've had a first-time chat?
Well, right on, Wiz66. I don't know. Have you had a different experience on that? I never see tracks stalemate, man.
No,
I just don't. One side wins pretty quickly.
I used to think the city was the winning deployment, but it becomes a bit of a slugfest if you haven't got the right maneuverability. The tracks definitely is the place you've got.
Well, the reason the tracks are unbalanced. I'm thinking it's the south spawn. Is it north and south spawn on that map? I think it is.
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
The south spawn has a tough time on the tracks. They really do.
Yeah.
And if the north spawn pushes hard and gets into the dip, the crossfire on this is rough on the south spawn. The south spawn has a better defense though, because they can fall back to that bush line, and it's really hard. Whereas if the north spawn loses the tracks, they have a harder time defending because you can come up and over and into that building and some other stuff.
Yeah. I think there is a point what Bitwise is saying there, and TL Wiz. If the city can be held, yes, the tracks are very viable. But if the city gets rolled, then of course, there is a big open piece of ground they've got to get across to get to the cap. So as long as you've got a couple of TDs who are,
I wouldn't care if nobody goes city. Go the tracks, wipe out everything they sent to tracks, turn around and go back.
And then go back.
The problem with that is that's like a organized plan, right? No pub team is ever going to do that.
No.
Somebody's going to go into the city.
Well, the lights will go to the mound or beyond the mound to those little buildings. So they're expecting somebody to follow up and take the advantage, aren't they? So the city.
Oh my God! In EU, what I see is 7 tanks on that little mound from the south spawn, and another 5 to the southwest, in that little building in bush area. Yeah.
All bushwhacking on top of mounds.
2 tanks in the city and 3 on the tracks. That's what I see on EU from the south spawn.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to those sniper spots. 2 guys city, 2 guys tracks, and then they lose.
Oh dear. So funny. I'll tell you what I was in. I was in M103 when I had that game, and I thought, I've got to go to the city. Because the rest of the team went to the tracks. I thought, well, somebody's got to go to the city. Oh dear. Anyway.
Well, I may try Bitwise. I may go city a little bit. I actually did that recently a couple times. It had mixed results, but I was in a bigger, slower tank.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try some city stuff. That used to be the only place you went on that map before it got changed a little bit. The city was the brawl. City was everything.
Yeah. There are positions in the city which are quite useful, and you can get shots across to that little knoll.
And it's dynamic enough that you can actually kind of creep forward and go from cover to cover and get different angles. Yeah. It's actually not a bad little place to fight, really, as far as being interesting. And like he said right there, the tracks are just a face brawl, hold down, punchy face thing.
Yeah. And it's whoever gets into the dip, the first dip with the water in it, generally wins.
Generally. Yep, and the south spawn has a disadvantage getting there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's pretty much it, man. We talked about Project Uplift. The Yo tanks, so far so good, guys. I'll have a review on those. The Pollack will be first, and the M2. I finished both of them. The Pollack in general is a serviceable tier 6. I don't have any problem with it. Anybody like it? Any of you guys played these yet? The tier 7 is just kind of a worse T29 with none of the advantages of the T29. It's got great gun depression, but it's got the big tumor on the top. That's sucks.
That's the problem.
It only does 240 alpha, so it's not that big hard-hitting T29 105. It's just a 90 millimeter. It just doesn't really. The hull is surprisingly good, but what tank do you rely on hull armor with?
No. The thing is with it as well, like you said, the T29 it's not T29 turretish either, because although the front of it is quite good, the minute you slightly give it an angle, just a slight angle, you flat plate the side of your turret.
Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, if people are coming at you from any kind of slight different angles, or you turn your turret, and then never mind this guy going, "Hey, shoot me."
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. Like the amount of shots and snapshots I took to that shot collector up there on that tank was like, oh, this is so brutal. And it's centered too, right? So it's not like you can use a corner, or there's actually no way to hide it, right? It's
you need to be in a very low building with just the front of your gun sticking out.
Yeah, every time you come up and over, it's like, hey,
like a bowler hat.
Yeah, like you're sitting on a bowler in the middle of the Pacific.
Exactly.
Yeah. I liked the Pollack. It was all right. It does have surprisingly good armor for a tier 6.
Yeah.
It does have a surprisingly good armor. Let's see how I did on those. Where's this guy? Here's the M2. That's the tumor we're talking about, guys. If you don't know, obviously it's this bizarro giant hatch on the top. Where's my Pollack? Oh, I bet I don't have it. There we go. And there's the Pollack, which is kind of a weird looking space age Sherman thing. I played that 60%, but only 15 battles. Actually, 1,000 average XP a game is pretty good at tier 6. So I did all right with it. We're at 1398 damage, which is pretty good for a tier 6. I didn't do quite as well on the M2Y. For the M2Y, I was at 58%, slightly under 1,000 experience, 31 battles to get through the whole thing. I unlocked all of the modules with free experience, but I did grind from there through to the M3Y. This one's at 1486, only about another 100. And that's mid-range for my tier 7s. That's not great.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it really supports a 58%, to be honest. So, but these are okay. Damage ratio and destruction are both well above 1, which is nice. Armor use is okay at 0.41. What did the Pollack end up at? I bet it was higher than 0.41. 0.61 it was. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's actually pretty solid. Tier 6 there. So I did okay in both of those. Not bad. Kedge with the gift of her shady.
I think the tier 8 is going to be slightly better because the tomb is right at the back of the turret, isn't it? And it's very small in comparison to the tier 7.
The tier 8 is I mean, I don't want to say it's good, but I think it's good. You know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty solid, man. You know, because the comparison is the T-32, right?
Yeah, yeah,
which has its problems.
yeah.
The turret's good. It does have a hatch right here, but it's not huge.
Yeah, that's right. It's not big, is it?
This flat spot's actually still pretty heavily armored. Isn't the 260 or 270 regime? I thought that was a weak spot, but it's really the hatch, not this part, which is nice.
Yeah.
The hull is pretty thick, curved, can be troublesome.
Yeah.
This is not bad, and I'm running the big gun, so I've got the 320 Alpha.
So if you've upgraded everything, you've got the big gun on it. So yeah. Is it accurate? Because it's rifled. It is a rifled gun.
.36. It's okay.
Okay.
But I'm not really doing anything to help the gun. I've got hardening, vents, and rammer.
All right. So the comparison then is the premium tier 8, which they brought out, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Murphy. So are you planning to do a comparison between those two?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll compare that. That'll probably be one of the ones I look at.
That'd be an interesting comparison.
Yeah.
The premium they brought out and this.
This one has a viable second gun, though. And I know some people have been using this gun. Which only does 240, but has 223 pen and 290 with gold. This one is sitting at 208, which is low, and 245 for gold, which is not great.
No.
So the 90 millimeter 240 is viable. You're going to fire faster, obviously. It's got 2250 DPM, and this one is sitting at 2157. So you're getting more DPM.
Yeah.
And a good amount more of pen. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's heat. That looks like a heat number for 290, so I'm assuming it's a heat round. That's the gold round on that, maybe.
Right.
So
I might just free XP. I've got 40,000 on the tier 7, so I might just free XP the remainder, because I think it's another 49,000 free XP just to do it.
So I've been running the big gun. I may switch it out at some point just to check it. I'm at 75%, but I would have 5 battles, maybe 8. Okay.
Right.
So that's just pure luck. 1,191 though is decent on the XP.
Yeah.
And that's it for the Yo tanks, man. Well, I think I'm about done, man. What do you think? You got anything else? Anybody got any questions?
I've got a competition.
Oh yeah, we got a competition, all right.
I remember last week I promised 1,000 gold, thinking that we wouldn't be doing it. So I've been well and truly pilgrinomic. So we will do 1,000 gold giveaway today, competition. Not a million, Wayne. And it's a 3-part answer. Or there's 3 questions actually, with 3 different answers this time, to make it interesting for you all. So get your fingers on your Wikipedia button, get them exercised, get going, and I'm going to give you the 3 questions. And it's the only answers I will accept is the ones I've got written down here. So you've got no chance at all of winning this, right? So, so for 1,000 gold, question 1. I need all 3 answers together in a one, not like one answer then another answer then. So all 3 answers need to come together. Very close, Wayne. Very close. I would remove the boiler hats, and you could be close. In fact, Obritas has got even closer. Naughty man. Right. Here we go. Question 1. D-Day was given an original operational name. The original name for the operation that is known as D-Day. Okay, that's the first part of the question. Second question. Name the plane that dropped the atom bomb on Nagasaki. We all know the first one was Enola Gay. What was the name of the second plane that dropped the bomb on Nagasaki? All 3 together. Don't forget, not one by one. And then which country was awarded the second most highest decoration for bravery? Country, not person, country, awarded the second most highest decoration for bravery that the UK can give during the Second World War, the George Cross. So a whole country was awarded the George Cross. Which country was it? So we need the original name of the operation of D-Day. We need the name of the plane that dropped the atom bomb on Nagasaki, and which country was awarded the George Cross.
Nice.
3 answers together.
And while you're ruminating, thank you to Kedge, who gifted, Geo, who gifted 5, Kedge, who gifted another one, Yoke with the follow. Geo with the cheer. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for supporting. Now, Randall, just put it in the chat there. If you're first, you win.
Yeah, look. Bitwise is coming up with all sorts of nonsense. Bless him. So 3 answers together, guys. I don't need it split up. So you need the original name of D-Day, the name of the plane, with the correct spelling, gentlemen and ladies. All 3 answers in the same line. Thanks, Cliffy. And the name of the country that won the George Cross.
For Shady, did he get...
Get your Google finger going for Shady. Get it going.
Who has to be spelled right for Shady? That's not,
yeah.
That's not how it was spelled.
Yeah. So it has to have the right spelling. I don't want to get his Google finger going. Wikipedia finger, then.
I was discussing that with my wife the other day. She I don't know if your good lady does this, but mine asks me questions, right?
All the time.
Hey, do you know blah blah?
Yeah.
My favorite part, this is not what I was going to say, but my favorite part about it is I'll give an answer and then I'll be told I'm wrong, which I can't quite figure out.
Absolutely.
Like, why was I asked then if
you can know the answer.
Anyway, that's a whole different subject. That's a whole different.
Yeah, isn't it?
The point is, and my kids do the same thing. They're like, "Hey, Dad, what about blah blah?" And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, when I have these questions in the modern age, I generally consult the most powerful informational device ever created by man.
Absolutely.
The phone, which is connected to the interweb highway net.
Yeah.
Which can answer or partially answer virtually any question you have.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to ask Dad.
Yes. We ask Dad because he'll know.
And then if we don't like the answer, we'll tell him he's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I get that all the time. Exactly like you do. I get that all the time. My all-time favourite answer is to Google it. When my son goes, what do you think of this this car I'm thinking about buying? And I went, Google it. Why are you asking me? I don't bloody know. Google it.
I mean, and the reason I bring that up is what I think is happening here is they don't want to Google it. They want you to.
Yes.
And I think it's the same in my parents' day when I was younger and we didn't have the interweb highway net.
Yeah.
That I would ask questions and they would say, there's a whole stack, two bookshelves full of encyclopedias.
Yeah, or go to the library.
Yeah, well, I mean, but the encyclopedias are right there in the house. I mean, you just got to go down and pull one out. Yeah. So it's a little bit fiddlier, but it's the same concept, that.
Isn't it?
Jeez.
Cliffy, you'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. I know it's probably horrible, but you'll be fine. So, we need altogether 3 answers. The original name of D-Day, the name of the plane with the right spelling that dropped the atom bomb on Nagasaki, and the country that was awarded the George Cross. If you get it, guys, the first person to get it gets 1,000 gold. If not, if nobody gets it, then if you want to Google it later on and just whisper in Twitch, I will gift the first person to do it.
Oh.
So you've got all day to Google it.
Channel took a hit.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
All right, we're coming back, maybe.
We're coming back.
Right,
just to repeat what I said while it was frozen. If nobody gets it by the time we finish, then just send me a whisper. First person to send me the right whisper, or the whisper with the right answers, will get the 1,000 gold gifted. I just need in-game name and server. Can't do SEA, unfortunately, but I can do NA and EU.
Cliffy, do you... I didn't want to get into it. Everybody's like, I got to stay in the house. Do you think everyone else is doing that?
No. That's the problem, isn't it? That is the problem.
Well, it's not a problem. People got to live their lives, man.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the luxury. You know what I mean? They don't have that luxury. And it's nice to have it. That's great. And I get it, civic duty, but at the same time, some people they'll be out of it. They'll be out of a dang house if they don't get work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I agree with that, and I agree with the fact that the politicians will make these rules and then they don't abide by them themselves. So I'm like, well, why the heck should I listen to you?
And talk about people who could.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they could in terms of set the standard. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Cliffy, he says he's unfortunate, and so am I. So that's thank goodness.
Gigawatt.
Oh.
Gigawatt has won the competition.
And with the first time chat, that's bold move right there.
Gigawatt won the competition. I'll tell you why. I mean, Gator might say, hang on a minute. It wasn't Operation Overlord initially. It was called Operation Neptune. And Boxcar is the name of the plane, and Malta is the country that won the George Cross. It was called Operation Neptune, which then changed to Operation Overlord. So, super. First time chat.
Well done.
Give me your in-game name and the server that you play on in a whisper, and I will credit you that gold today, sir or madam.
It is always rigged, Wayne. That is a fact.
It's always rigged. Always rigged.
All right.
I even tell Guido the answers, and he never gets it right.
All right, so I have to make a video
in
the near future. My life living on a bowler hat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay. I made it easy for you. I called it the Pacific Ocean. If it had been the Atlantic, it would have been so much harder for you.
Well, South Atlantic is nice and warm.
Yeah, I've been there. I know how warm that is, mate.
You didn't say which part of the Pacific. I think I'm going to be floating near Tahiti. Is it Tahiti that's in there?
Yeah, I'm flexible with that. I mean, the content is yours to create, sir, not me. I'll give you the subject. Create the content.
Okay. Did I win? Because I thought, I left you in your mind, much like the person who pays for a 3 mark.
Yeah, exactly.
You are a fantastic person for thinking it.
Exactly. It's called the art of positive thinking.
Yeah. Gigawatt to Pilgrim will whisper to you, man.
Yeah. Just I'll whisper you, Gigawatt. I'll try and do it right now so you know who you're talking to. Because there's obviously more than me knocking around.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll send you a whisper and then... all right, man. Well, that's everything I've got from the left side Atlantic. You got anything, parting words?
My only parting words is bowler hat time. All the best from the correct side of the Atlantic.
All right. See you guys. Thanks, Gigawatt, for the follow. We'll see you later. Pilgrim will be chatting you up. See ya.